And I'm here with Sticker. And we're on our way out to the area that is just north of the Chatsworth Reservoir. I guess it's called the Chatsworth Nature Preserve. But it's kind of a rural area, and it's, you know, you just barely get out of the San Fernando Valley and you feel like you're slightly in the back country. So we're going to go check it out. I've been there before, but I wanted to kind of show it to you, so we'll take a look and see what's over in that neighborhood. So once you go down Plummer Street about a mile, you come to the Chatsworth Reservoir area, or the Chatsworth Nature Preserve here off to the left. This is a very large area. It's all fenced off with chain link fence. So you're not allowed in this area. There's no hiking or anything else in there. But right down here on the right is a park called Chatsworth Oaks Park. And I went there about a week ago. It's a nice little park right there. And Plummer Street turns into Valley Circle. Valley Circle Boulevard. Now there's a sign here saying Chatsworth Lake Manor, and there's a little place called Log Cabin Mercantile Company right there. I've never seen that open, but and then over here to there's a fire station right back there. And now this street has become Lake Manor Drive. And off to the left here is Lenny's Restaurant. My understanding is that's closed now, but a new occupant has come in. They're going to open up a new restaurant. And here's the Chatsworth Lake Market. And then straight in front of us here and off to the right is a little local Christian church right there. Lake Manor Church, I believe it's called. And this, I believe, up here is the intersection for Box Canyon. Yeah, that's what it is. If we veer off to our right here, we're on Box Canyon. But I'm going to go down Valley Circle Boulevard here because this is going to intersect with Woolsey Canyon, and I wanted to go up Woolsey Canyon and show you what's up there. So this is the turnoff here for Woolsey Canyon. So we've only gone up Woolsey Canyon about 3/10 of a mile, but it's a really nice view here. I'll show you what this looks like from this turnout right here that I'm on. So this is looking west up Woolsey Canyon. And there down in this area is the little center of town where we were just a moment ago. And then this whole vast area, this whole green patch area out here, all of that is part of the Chatsworth Nature Preserve. It's a huge area. So if you come up Woolsey Canyon to the top, it's about 2.5 miles, and this tower off to the right says Boeing on it. And this facility off to the left is now a Boeing facility. There's the name right there. But these used to be the site of the Teledyne rocket facility. And it's got a guard gate there and everything. So it's not, there's no access, it's not open to the public at all. But that's right at the crest of the hill here when you come up Woolsey Canyon. I've never been up here before, so it was worth taking a look at that. On the north part of the Woolsey Canyon here is a unique little house. It's got these horses in their backyard. There's 4 of them. I noticed a couple of firefighters in front of the firehouse. I'm going to ask them some questions about this area. I parked at that mercantile company, and I'm in the kind of the heart of this neighborhood here. So this is the Los Angeles County Fire Department station. Station 75, it says right there on their sign. They got a big grizzly bear. That's got to stand almost 10 feet tall. I just had about a 20-minute conversation with 2 young firefighters, and I was specifically talking about the fire department that used to be across the street from the Fountain of the World Church in Box Canyon, but they didn't know anything about it. But they said that their boss, the fire chief, his last name is Dom with a D, D-O-M. He's not at the facility right now, but he will be in about 2 or 3 weeks. And they said he's pretty knowledgeable about the history up here. So I'll give him a call because I want to kind of follow up and see what he knows about the fire station that was up there. Right now I'm going to drive out, well, just down the street. I'm going to go up Box Canyon because apparently on Box Canyon in the southern part down here by Lake Manor Drive is in LA County, but then it switches from LA County to Ventura County, and they told me that the asphalt, the road surface changes because you're going from one county to the other. And they seemed pretty certain that the fire station was in Ventura County. So I'm going to find that out right now. Well, this is pretty interesting. I'm right here at Santa Susana Pass and Iverson Road, and you used to be able to park right in this area right there. But the church has a sign right in the front there. It's in the middle of the screen, but I can't make it any larger than that. But it says, church access only. And I would guess that that sign is not up there legally. They're trying to keep people from parking up in this location right up here where the curb is not red because that was where you used to always be able to park in this area. So, but they've got these cones down here, and it says road closed, church access only. But I don't think that's legal. I think they just want to discourage people from parking there. Hello, everybody. It's April the 3rd, 2023, 2 days later. And I'm right now at 9361 Farallone Avenue here in Chatsworth. And right here is the gate leading to a property that was at one time owned by Frank Sinatra. This property was on the market in 2018 for $21.5 million. Back then, the property sat on 13 acres, but now the property sits on a little more than 7 acres. My understanding is that the 13-acre site was approved to add 10 homes to a portion of the property. So apparently some of the acreage has been sold off for that idea, I would assume. But this property was on the market in October of last year at $12.5 million. Whether it's sold or not, I do not know. But this is the gate to the almost 1 mile long driveway that leads up to the top of a hill that overlooks the Chatsworth Nature Preserve. It's a stunning 360 view, and this is the gate to the property right here. This morning I called Rocky Peak Church. The church is right off of Santa Susana Pass at Iverson Road. And it turns out that you can park on Iverson Road, even though the sign says that it's for church access only. The reason that they've got those signs up is because apparently up the road there was a sinkhole, which creates a dangerous situation, so the road doesn't go through, and they're trying to kind of warn people. So once the sinkhole is fixed, I'm sure they'll take the signs down, but I did confirm with the church that you can still park on Iverson Road in the area that is not red. That's always been an area available for parking, and it still is. The church does not own that road. So if you're going out to the Spawn Ranch, that's the best place to park. I'm at 22832 Trigger Street. And this used to be the residence of Roy Rogers. But he sold the property in 1965. The address on the curb says 22801. But this is the house. I've confirmed that. This is another gate into the property right here. The property used to have an entrance on Andorra Avenue, because back when Roy Rogers owned it in the 1950s up until 1965, there was no Trigger Street back then. This was all a development that occurred later. And the way to get to his property back then was on Andorra Avenue. When he sold the property in 1965, he actually sold it to a man named Gene Kilmer, who happens to be the father of actor Val Kilmer. He purchased the property in 1965, and he lived here until his death in 1993, and then his wife lived there for a short while, and then the property changed hands. So the driveway to this property used to exit on Andorra Avenue, but that driveway is long since gone once they put in this housing tract up here with Trigger Street and Trigger Place. And down here there's a Dale Court. Once they put that in, then the entrance to the property was off of Trigger Street. This is Dale Court right here. And just down the street from Roy Rogers' house is the Oakwood Cemetery right here on Andorra Avenue. And many notable people are interred here, including Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Monty Montana, Stephen Boyd, Gloria Graham, Bob Crane, and many others. Right off of Chatsworth Street is the Chatsworth Park North. There are 2 basketball courts here, and they have different apparatus for gymnastics. There's a horizontal ladder over there, and then they've got like a high bar and rings. If you're into gymnastics, this would be a fun place to come. And there's a couple of baseball diamonds right here as well. I'm right here at the Chatsworth Historical Society. This is at 10385 Shadow Oak Drive in Chatsworth. And this is open to the public the first Sunday of the month from 1 to 4. And this building right in the middle of the screen here was a house that's 110 years old. You can actually go inside this house, and then right here is the building that houses the museum. And there are wonderful photographs of the railroads and railroad stations and the pioneers that lived out here in the early 1900s and late 1800s. I hope you enjoyed this video on some of the sites and points of interest out here in the Chatsworth Nature Preserve area and surrounding hills. There's a lot of great hiking you can do out here too.